Hello and thank you for joining me today. And today is Wheel of the Year tag swap time with Belle over at Bellevue Creations, the wonderfully talented and lovely Belle. And this is a series that we are doing where for every festival on the pagan Wheel of the Year we are making each other a tag, and this is for Lammas or Lughnasadh. And I will make Belle's tag and then I will post it to her and she will open it, and she will make my tag and she will post it to me and I will open it, and you will see me make her tag now, and then at the end of the video you will see me unbox the one that she's made for me. So stay tuned for the whole video, and over on Belle's channel you can watch her make the tag that she makes for me and then unbox the one that I'm going to make today. So before I get into it, I'm just going to go through some of the bits that I will be using, and then I will obviously also, I might not use all of the bits here, but I will also be bringing in other stuff, maybe some other stickers, some stencil stamps and stuff, inks and things like that. But just to give you an idea, so we've both taken to using this page from the Llewellyn Wheel of the Year almanac, so this will be on there somewhere with the title, although I would kind of prefer that it was the Lughnasadh title, because I'm pretty sure that Belle will celebrate it as Lughnasadh rather than Lammas, but you know, it's both the same. I mean, the Lammas is kind of from the Christian version, which means loaf mass, but all that's telling me is that it's to do with bread, so that you can't go wrong with bread, right? And obviously it's part of the pagan Wheel of the Year. So anyway, so that's, I'll use that. And then we've got, so the almanac itself is from a few years ago, but it's got this bit about harvest in there, so I'll probably use this here. That's more to do with that year, so I won't take those out, but just a bit of book page there, just some I will tell you the correspondences and things during the video, so I'll tell you what kind of colours represent Lughnasadh, but kind of greens and stuff. Here's a rogue charm that's just arrived there, so I'll probably use that. And the colours as well are oranges and browns and things, so I'll probably use some of those. Just got some bits and pieces here that kind of fit in with the right colours that I'll use, because it's still summer, even though it's a harvest festival, so it's kind of those harvesty colours but also still summery colours. So I've got a book page on mint, so I'll either use part of the writing or part of the picture. I've got some Edith Holden page here with out of her kitchen book. I've forgotten what it's called, but it's got recipes and stuff. So on this side we've got some recipes for marmalade and jams and lemon curd and things, so you can't go wrong with those, and some notes there, so that I might just fold that up and pop that in as an insert so you can write on there. This is from another Llewellyn book, I think it's Spell a Day book, so it's the August page and it's August the 1st, but that is not the right, I don't think it's on a Monday this year, but there's just a Lammas corn ritual. Another bit of book page here, and this is from August, Goldenrod or Mayweed, I haven't decided yet, maybe Goldenrod because of the colours. A bit of kind of browny gold ribbon, some more charms, so we've got this pentagram charm, this tree of life charm, and this is where her bat's going to be. This is a bat charm. I always include a bat on Belle's tags. I got a new sticker book because it was on special offer, and it's called Cottage Core, and it's one of these books. I'll show you the ISBN. I've got a few of these books, but it was on special offer, so I got it. And this page is ideal. It's got some baked goods, it's got some apples and bits and stuff on it, so I might use some of those stickers. I drew this little loaf of bread, so I will and I drew it on like a brown paper bag, so I will colour it in a little bit, but I mean it's pretty much the colour that I wanted it, almost. And I did some hand stitching. Let's not look at the back because it's an absolute mess, but this is an attempt at a hand stitched corn dolly, and I put it on this August page, and yeah, I will probably tear around that and have that on there, but I thought it'd be cool to put it on the actual August page there. So that's kind of the main bits that I've got to use either all of or some of in Belle's tag. I will switch over to speed round, and I will voice over the rest of this while I make it, and I will tell you about what I'm doing, and I will also tell you how I celebrate Lammas or Lughnasadh, and what I do, what I eat, spoiler alert, bread, and also things like the correspondences, I won't go into too much detail about the history. Belle tends to do that anyway because she's so much better at it than me, because she's an actual real life historian. I'm barely capable of knowing what's going on day to day in the present time. So Belle will give lots of detail about Lughnasadh and its origins for you, I am sure, but I will go into detail about the correspondences, what you can do to celebrate if you want to celebrate. It doesn't have to be witchy. It can be completely not witchy if you're not paganly inclined. It is for anybody, as is all of the festivals. But yeah, I will switch over now to that and tell you all about it. And then, like I say, stay tuned till the end and you will see me unbox what Belle has made for me, which I'm sure will be absolutely amazing because, as we all know, if you know Belle, she is absolutely so talented. So yeah, I will link Belle's details in the title, and I will link a playlist to the rest of the tags that we've made. But stay tuned while I make her tag. So Lammas then, or Lughnasadh, falls on the 1st of August in the Northern Hemisphere and is known as the first harvest. It's still summer, fruits are ripening, wheat is being harvested for bread, which is also why it's called Lammas, which means loaf mass. I love bread. That smell of freshly baked bread, it's so delicious. I do try not to eat too much of it though, because carbs seem to really impact me quite significantly weight-wise, and I'll probably just put on a few pounds by talking about bread so much. But I do allow myself to have some lovely, lovely bread during the harvest festivals, and food is one of my favourite things about this festival. And in general as well, food is one of my favourite things, but I do really lean into the food aspect for this one, and even more so in the next one, Mabon, the autumn equinox, which we'll talk about more in the end of September. So I celebrate Lammas or Lughnasadh, and I will use those terms interchangeably, generally I get up for a sunrise ritual with candles, incense, crystals, tea. I'll recite blessings to Lu and other deities that correspond to this time, give offerings of bread and mead or milk and honey. And I'll do a similar ritual as well at the end of the day for sunset, or I might have a ritual bath. And I will also do a tarot spread, not in the bath, and some Lughnasadh meditations. And like I said, food is a very important part of my Lammas celebrations. And on a weekend around Lammas, I will get some freshly baked bread, some cake, some berries, maybe a fruit pie, a charcuterie board, all those sorts of things. And we'll basically just graze on that sort of food all weekend. And for this year, I'm actually away at a wedding for the weekend of Lughnasadh. So because it is our anniversary, our wedding anniversary the week before, we'll be having that spread on the Sunday before Lughnasadh with some afternoon tea bits too. So scones with clotted cream and jam, eclairs and stuff, and charcuterie board and cakes. And so that's also going to be a little bit of a wedding anniversary celebration as well. And I see the Wheel of the Year celebrations as seasons, and it's definitely okay to celebrate whenever you want in your own way, if at all, and as big or as small as you want. And so you've just seen me just backing that card there and just putting some, I've forgotten what the spray colour was called, but I held it up. It's some crackling campfire, I think. And then I also took some distress, I think it was bronze mica stuff, and the actual spray part of it is all clogged up, so I just splattered it over it, so it's some gold splatters, but most of that's going to get covered up anyway. It's just for some background. And then I'm just putting some splashes of water on there as well, just to activate that oxide element. And I'm just figuring out where to put things like my hand sewn corn dolly and that loaf of bread that I drew as well. So I'll just let you carry on and watch that whilst I am chatting. And so I tend to like to give you guys the correspondences for the Sabbath that we are talking about and celebrating. So for Lammas, or again Lughnasadh, the correspondences are the moon, and it's the waning moon specifically. The season is summer. The colours are reddish brown, gold, orange, purple and yellow. So most of those I've used in this make today, in this tag. The trees are acacia, apple, myrtle, oak and rowan. The crystals are citrine, yellow diamond and peridot. The herbs and plants are blackberry, bramble, gorse, aloe, ginseng and grain. And the deities are Lu, of course, Aine, A-I-N-E, Ceres, Demeter and Era, E-R-E. In the animal kingdom, it's cattle, so bulls and calves, and chicken. And the issues, intentions and powers that you can use around this time, or you can harness around this time, are accomplishment, agriculture, challenges, darkness, death, endings, release and transformation. So because it is the first harvest, then you've got that kind of agriculture, you've got those challenges where hopefully the weather's been favourable to you throughout the summer and your crops are doing what they're supposed to do. But if the weather's been too hot or too wet, then perhaps they aren't. It's the dark half of the year, so we've got that darkness coming in, which is again why the death and the endings are there, because it's like the summer is kind of dying off a little bit. And you'll see there that I've brought in this stem of wheat, and it's a real stalk of wheat. And hopefully by the time Belle receives this tag, it won't have completely disintegrated and just made a mess in the envelope and just be a stick on a page. Hopefully it will still be intact. And at the time of doing this voiceover, I haven't yet wrapped up the tag. So I hope to be able to pad it quite well so that it doesn't... Because as soon as you squish these things, all those bits come off. I don't know what they're called, the bits at the top anyway. They just kind of fall off, and I do lose a couple of them while I'm sticking it on. So yeah, hopefully it stays intact. So Belle, if you're watching this and it arrived as just a stick on a page, that's what it originally looked like. Now, one of the bits of paper that I put in with Belle's tag is from a Llewellyn Spell a Day almanac from a couple of years ago. And I'm just going to read to you what it actually says on that bit of paper. So one side it talks about August, and this is by Kerry Connor. Summer is at its height of power when August rolls in, bringing with it the first of the harvest festivals, Lughnasadh or Lammas, on the first of the month. Lughnasadh is a festival of strength and abundance, a reflection of August itself. Lu and the corn god are highly celebrated during this month and are particularly good to work with in spells or rituals for abundance, prosperity, agriculture, marriage or strength. The Earth Mother in her many forms is ripening and overflowing with abundance. While we often see the first harvest as being associated with corn, there is much more that's been harvested by this point. We must remember not to overlook anything or take anything for granted in our lives, and the harvest is an excellent reminder of that. It's a time to begin focusing on expressing appreciation and giving thanks for all that we have. The full moon this month is most often called the corn moon, but also goes by the wort moon, barley moon, or harvest moon. The stones carnelian, fire agate, cat's eye, and jasper will add extra power to your spells and rituals at this time. Use the herbs chamomile, St. John's wort, bay, angelica, fennel, rue, barley, wheat, marigold, or sunflowers in your spells. And the colours for August are yellow, gold, and the rich green of the grass and leaves. And then the other side talks about a Lammas corn ritual. And it says it's Lammas, the first of the harvest Sabbats, celebrating corn and lou, an ancient harvest god. Grains are honoured during this Sabbath, but especially corn. Begin this ritual at sunrise. Cover your altar in yellow fabric. In the centre, place one yellow candle. In front of the candle, lay one ear of corn with the husk removed. Husk, that's what's called. Safely light the candle. Meditate on how grains such as corn, the mother of seeds, have fed civilization since before recorded history. Then speak these words. In the stars the lion reigns. On earth mighty Lu rules the grains. Praise the harvest, praise the corn. Thank you, Lord and Lady, for this Lammas morn. Snuff out the candle safely, then with care, as if carrying a child, carry the ear of corn to a quiet place outside. Holding the corn, visualize all people on earth being nourished and fed. Then gently lay the corn on the ground so it may be shared with our wild friends, such as the squirrels. And that ritual was written by James Cambos. So that's just an insight into what Belle's actually going to be getting with this tag. And I'll just remember to put it back in there now so I don't forget. But some things that you can do is if you are kind of witchy or pagan, you can create a Lammas altar. You can do a harvest ritual. You can make or buy pre-made incense and burn that. You can recite some prayers or blessings. You can just harvest anything that you've grown, whether that's metaphorically or physically. You can have a Lammas feast, like I mentioned before. So the Lammas harvest ritual. So basically it's the time of year when the goddess takes on the aspects of the harvest mother. The earth is fruitful and abundant, crops are bountiful, and livestock are fattening up for the winter. However, the harvest mother knows that the cold months are coming, and so she encourages us to begin gathering up what we can. And this is the season for harvesting corn and grain so we can bake bread to store and have seeds for next year's planting. It's the time of year when the apples and grapes are ripe for the plucking. The fields are full and lush, and we're grateful for the food we have on our tables. And this ritual celebrates the beginning of the harvest season and the cycle of rebirth. And you can do it either solitary, or you can adapt it for a group or coven setting. And you can decorate your altar with symbols of the season, so sickles and scythes, garden goodies like ivy and grapes and corn, poppies, dried grains, early autumn food like apples. And you can light some incense and light a candle that represents the archetype of the harvest mother, so something in orange, red or yellow. And that doesn't just represent the blaze of the summer sun, but also the come-in changes of autumn. And just also have a few stalks of wheat, an unsliced loaf of bread. A goblet of ritual wine is optional, or you can use apple cider. And I think that means, like in America, when you have apple cider that's non-alcoholic, our cider is alcoholic. So it's not a non-alcoholic alternative. And you basically you light the candle. Sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze then. You light the candle and you say, "The wheel of the year has turned once more, and the harvest will soon be upon us. We have food on our tables, and the soil is fertile. Nature's bounty, the gift of the earth, gives us reasons to be thankful. Mother of the harvest, with your sickle and basket, bless me with abundance and plenty. And you hold the stalks of wheat and think about what they symbolise: the power of the earth, the coming winter, the necessity of planning ahead. What do you need help planning right now? Are there any sacrifices you should be making in the present that will be reaped in the future? And rub the stalks between your fingers so a few grains of wheat fall upon the altar. Scatter them on the ground as a gift to the earth, or if you're inside, leave them on the altar and you can take them outside later. And then say, the power of the harvest is within me. As the seed falls to the earth and is reborn each year, I too grow as the seasons change. As the grain takes root in the fertile soil, I too will find my roots and develop. As the smallest seed blooms into a mighty stalk, I too will bloom where I landed. As the wheat is harvested and saved for winter, I too will set aside that which I can use later. And then tear off a piece of the bread and say, the bounty is here for all of us and we are so blessed. And eat the bread, drink the ritual wine. And then once you finish your bread, take a moment to meditate on the cycle of rebirth and how it applies to your own life, physically, emotionally and spiritually. So that's a Lammas at harvest ritual. And I got that from the website called Learn Religions. And it gives you such a wealth of information there about all of the wheel of the year and all different religions and belief systems and things like that. And I think am I nearing the end of this? I'm not sure. I think I've still got a little bit way to go. Just thinking I'm going to have to stop talking at some point. But as I mentioned, you can make or buy a Lammas incense. And there's a recipe for one, again, from that same website, Learn Religions. And it is 1 part basil, half a part cinnamon bark, 1 part coriander, 2 parts of goldenrod, and actually doesn't it sound like a lovely dinner? 1 part heather, not so much anymore, half a part rosemary, 2 parts sweet anise or dried apple blossoms, and 1 part yarrow. And as you mix and blend your incense, focus on the intent of your work. Time to celebrate the beginning of the harvest, being thankful for the foods we've grown and for the bounty of the earth and the knowledge that we'll have enough to eat through the coming winter months. So it really is coming back to, we tend to be fine during the winter months now. we don't tend to run out of food, but it's kind of thinking about those times when it was a worry. People were having to really, really prepare for the winter at this time of year. And when you light your Lammas incense, and this is called a rebirth incense, you can say, we're thankful this day for the gift of rebirth, fruits and vegetables, the bounty of earth, for the harvest mother with a basket and scythe, abundance and fertility and the blessings of life. We're grateful for the gifts we carry within and for what will become and what has been. A new day begins and life circles round as grain is harvested from the fertile ground. Blessings to the earth and to the gods from me, as I will this Lammas, so it shall be. So you can do all those sorts of things. And if any of those kind of blessings or prayers or anything appeal to you, then reach out to me on Instagram. My username is AmethystRaven342, same as it is here on YouTube. And just drop me a DM. And I'm more than happy to send you those. And what else? I think we are near the end, so I better start wrapping up. So yeah, you can recite some prayers for Lammas, a prayer to Lu, great Lu, master of artisans, leader of craftsmen, patron of smiths. I call upon you and honour you this day. You of the many skills and talents, I ask you to shine upon me and bless me with your gifts. Give me strength in skill, make my hands and mind deft, shine light upon my talents. O mighty Lu, I thank you for your blessings. Things like that. And again, that's from the Learn Religions site. And you can decorate your house in line with Lammas or Lughnasadh. So you can put some wheat out, you can bunch together some ears of brightly coloured corn and hang it up. You can get some herbs and fruit and vegetables and display those in bundles and things. And you can make a kitchen altar, so decorate it with symbols of hearth and home. as well as seasonal items like cornucopia, but that again, it's more kind of Mabon. But Belle will tell you lots of stuff about the origins of Lughnasadh, particularly from the Irish side, I imagine. So do go over and watch her version of this video. But I am just about wrapped up for this part of the video, but please do tell me in the comments what you do for this time of the year, and I will go back to my pre-filmed chat. Okay, so this is the finished piece. Excuse my hands, they are very, very messy from making this. And yeah, I started it yesterday and then I kind of just didn't really have any motivation, and I was like, oh, I just don't know what to do. So I put it away and I took it out again today, and then I've made this. So obviously I haven't done the voiceover yet, so I don't know what I've already told you, but we've got the little charms here hanging off this piece of wheat. And I took some words out of one of the books that kind of related to Lughnasadh and stuck them on. Tried to glue this bit of wheat down, so hopefully that won't come, hopefully it won't disintegrate in the post. There's my corn dolly there. And originally I wanted to put that tag inside, but then those things that I then wanted to put in that pocket would not fit because I'm not very good at construction. And then we've got this tag over on this side with those other two charms on, and my hand-drawn loaf of bread, bit to write on there, and just decorated the back up here. This was supposed to be right honourable, but it's not, so I wanted to keep the bit about harvest. And then we've got the two bits of information in there, and that whole bit there is right honourable, so I think we can be okay there. So that is my tag that I've made for Belle. It will be winging its way to her very shortly, and stay tuned and I will open what Belle has made for me. And now we're at the favourite part of the video where I get to open my package from Belle. Yay! She put some gorgeous stickers on there, which I can't show you because they're next to my address. And a little stamp, a Bellaboo Creations stamp. Is that new, Belle? And a lovely wax seal. Look at these pretty colours, and it's got a sunflower in it. Gorgeous. Let's open it. I don't want to see if we can get it open without ruining the wax seal. I love this part. Okay. Pretty. It's got this beautiful green envelope. Look at that triquetra. I actually got that as a tattoo. Oh wow. Oh, look at this beautiful inside of this envelope. Gorgeous. This green man. There were 3 men from out the west. John Barleycorn. Oh, look. Oh, thanks, Belle. Look at these beautiful dried flower stickers. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Dear Tiff, bright and beautiful Lammas, Lughnasadh blessings. I hope you have a wonderful day. This tag is a little more simple. Yeah, I went simple as well. But after the disastrous video last time, I just wanted to enjoy creating and chatting. My tag was more of a focus on Lou, knew it would be, which I'm sure isn't a surprise. So I added a few Irish bits in with the summer autumn bits. Not sure if you have these stickers, but knowing you are on a low buy craft year, I saw them and thought you might enjoy it. Oh, thank you, Belle. That's so sweet of you. Our swap is sadly almost over. Just 3 left. Enjoy, my sweet friend. Oh, bless her. This is such a gorgeous card. This could be framed as well. Like the last picture she sent me, it had the Glastonbury tour on it, which is one of my favourite places in the world. Anyway, this is some gorgeous fabric with some sunflowers on, and this beautiful triquetra. I know it's triquetra, but it's, why do I always forget the words for this sort of needlepoint? Because I'm not a seamstress. That will no doubt have been done by Belle. Absolutely beautiful. That'll go in my journal. And let's get it open. Oh, sorry, I stopped talking then. Look at this gorgeous ribbon. This is absolutely beautiful. Look at it. Look at it. Is it hand dyed? I don't know, but it's such beautiful colours. You can hear Loki snoring in the background. He's like, why is this not for me? Lovely. Oh. Ah, look, it's got a harp like Guinness. And a sickle and some wheat. You see, some wheat and a sunflower. And look, it's got an Irish stamp on it. Some mushrooms, and we've gone for very similar colours. Gorgeous butterflies. This background is beautiful. Die cut wheat out. And then on this side, Lughnasadh that she's handwritten. This lovely embossed paper here, gold paper, can you see? And then some of the Irish Celtic design there. And then we've got the English and Gaelic, some English and Gaelic words. Now, look at this beautiful picture here. I grew up in the Highlands of Scotland, and they also speak Gaelic, but they pronounce it Gaelic, and it's different words, I think, to the Irish Gaelic. But I did learn a few of the Scottish, the Highland Gaelic words when I was a bit younger. And this gorgeous flower here. A scythe is spale. A sickle is coran. Amazing. I love this. I love it. It's so cute. This is like jam-packed. Got Lou. This beautiful paper. This lovely sticker. Now, I can imagine that for Belle as well, Lughnasadh is very much about food. Same as me. And we've got this, the kitchen in season in the hedgerows, from the seashores and rivers, from the kitchen garden, from the farms, black-headed gull, Kitawaki, and a herring gull. Also, growing up in the Highlands, in like a fishing village, there were so many seagulls. They used to dive bomb. I think they still do. I think there's still a massive problem with seagulls up there. It's because people feed them though, and then so they don't live out at sea. They come in. It's the people's fault, really. Oh, look at this gorgeous picture. Is this a picture you took, Belle? I think this must be a picture she took of these mushrooms. Look. A prayer to Danu for abundance. Danu, great goddess of the earth, great lady of water, great mother of growing green. Like earth, may my life be filled with abundance. May the fields overflow. May my purse overflow with wealth. May the trees be laden with ripe fruits. Great Danu, I ask that you bless me as you bless the earth. Bring abundance to the land. Bring abundance to my hand. Great Danu, gracious Danu, bring abundance to the earth. Bring abundance to my heart. And it harm none, so mote it be. Gorgeous. And this little scrappy notebook. That's cute. I love that. And is this another picture that you took, Belle? Because these trees are gorgeous. The turning colours, all the greens, oranges and browns, symbolising the turning of the seasons. And here he is again, Mr. Lou. Lovely bit of writing here. Gorgeous. I absolutely love this, and I love these charms. And this will go in my, let's put these things back and then I'll show you where it will go. And you may have seen that I released a short linking you to my Lammas or Lughnasadh journal that I did a flip through of last year. And let me just go and grab it because I thought I had it, but I grabbed a different one. Bear with. Oh, that was a slog, but I found it. I thought I had it out the other day, but Turned out I didn't have it out the other day. Turned out I had the video for it out the other day, which isn't a real thing. So let's see where we can put our beautiful tag, my beautiful tag, I'm not sharing it. Let's see. Let's find it. Sorry, I'm out of breath because I was running up and down the stairs. Let's find a nice place for it. What about here? Does it fit in here? Oh. What about here? Nope. Here, we'll put it here. Lovely. There we go. Absolutely gorgeous. And I will find places for all of these things in here as well. But for now, that is my Lammas Lughnasadh tag swap with Belle over at Bellaboo Creations. So please do head over to Belle's channel and see her unbox the one that I made for her and see her make this one that she's made for me and learn all about the God Lu and the Irish side of the Lughnasadh festival. Thank you so much for joining me. Please do like and subscribe and leave me a comment below. I'll be back again very soon with something else. Bye.